Welcome, Jörn and Tom. How are you today?
Hi, Christine. I'm fine. Thank you.
I'm fine as well. Thank you very much for asking.
You are not working in the home office, is this right?
At least for me, that's true. There's certain things that we have to still keep up and running. So there are times when it's better to have all the infrastructure. And today is such a day. So I'm in my office, but usually I'm in lockdown and I'm in home office.
And with you,
So
Tom?
I am in home office because there's currently not a lot of customer visits, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
So for me, it's not a real problem. And thanks to technology, we're all connected and stay connected.
So you don't feel lonely.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
Good. Thank you that you took some time to have a small talk with us today. First to you, Jörn. You are the Senior Vice President of Managed Infrastructure Services and Private Cloud Portfolio Unit, and you are responsible for the critical infrastructure of many large enterprise customers. As we all know, the world has changed over the past couple of months. Can you please give us a short overview of how the current coronavirus pandemic is affecting your clients?
So our first priority is to make sure that we can contribute to society. And that comes along with making sure that our employees are safe and healthy. And thus, we are then able to support our clients to navigate in this situation. We know that the cloud and infrastructure services we are offering are fundamental, pivotal for our clients, especially in those times. I mean, you can imagine that there is a huge demand for digital infrastructure, for digital processes, and that's probably the number one topic amongst our clients, how to provide a resilient infrastructure and services that is scalable in all directions and dimensions, and something that provides value, meaning especially to help to have investments to be done in the right areas. Although there is a very, very difficult time in terms of having budgets being tight and reacting also to the commercial situation.
Yeah, I can imagine. But how are you seeing this impact the way clients are approaching multi and hybrid cloud?
I think the current situation and also the overall trend of the last years had been something where we do have very traditional infrastructure installations, all sorts of edge private cloud deployments and public cloud. And the multi and hybrid cloud offerings are super, super key to allow to shift workloads from the one to the other. And especially the recent weeks have shown that projects that in the last weeks had been taking months and months and months to implement now had been implemented in just days, and some things even in hours, because we had to react quickly to a changed environment. And multi and hybrid cloud management is a very key solution to such a challenge.
And what do you see as the wider market trends as a result of the global situation?
There are many things, and for sure it's still something where we all need to be flexible to react to, but I would probably name three things. I believe that the speed of the digital transformation is accelerating. It was fast already, but it's now even more becoming faster and faster, and as I said, accelerating. I do see that there is a change in demand in all directions. So, for example, in recent times, we've all had discussions whether our infrastructure can cope with more workload or can reduce to less demand. Mm-hmm. The recent weeks have shown that to be something that is not a theoretical question, but a real challenge for the businesses. We have situations where we had to adjust to much, much smaller demand and thus asked to reduce infrastructure significantly to save costs. But on the other side, we have had demands where the workload was 10 times above the normal average. And having an infrastructure and a service that allows to go into the one direction and into the other direction, this is a reality now. And I think that will something that will remain. And the third thing that I would mention is having the capability to invest into the future. Because yes, there is a huge economic challenge on a macro and on a business level for all clients. Everybody needs to rethink, where do I invest into? What is my budget? Do I have a reduced budget probably? But everybody is looking and asking for a good answer to the question where to invest. And I think this is something that will remain. So being able to invest and to react flexible in terms of investment, that is a trend I also see. These are the three things I would mention.
So the Corona pandemic crisis has some advantages too.
It's hard for me to say that there's an advantage of the Corona crisis. I think the push towards, for example, a digital transformation, one could say that this helps to become a more agile society using the benefits of a digital world. But I would have preferred to not have that being the trigger for all of that. So I would refrain from saying there's advantages of that situation. But for sure, there is acceleration in several areas. And so it gets us all to act more focused in certain areas. That's probably also good. And it reminds us of things that are important for us as human beings and for the society, which is probably also helpful. This is how I see it.
Thank you, Jörn. Turning to you, Tom. Tom in der Rieden, you are Vice President Specialized Sales and manage infrastructure services and private cloud. And I guess you have been spending a lot of time talking to clients over the past few months and weeks.
Absolutely. So since a couple of weeks, we're certainly talking virtually, but nevertheless, it's in a very intensive communication that we have with existing customers and also companies that approach us right now in the situation where we're in.
Yeah, we know that large enterprise organizations are looking to ensure a stable base for the critical services in the immediate future. But what is T-Systems' approach in this area?
Let's be honest. We are currently in a kind of war against Corona, right? Mm-hmm. And wars are always accelerating certain things and developments, as Jörn just said, on the home office part, remote collaboration. These things will see an acceleration that is awesome. But there are also core values which will even become stronger in the situation where we are right now. So these core components, these core beliefs, I see as reliability and stability. And this is something where we have shown as T-Systems, we've been delivering an awesome job in the last 3-4 weeks in the situation we have, taking one concern off from our customers, which is stability. The second thing is security. Security won't go away neither. Security is the key ingredient in your right to play in this market. And the third one is flexibility. Also, as Jörn has mentioned, there's nothing that can be believed to be stable right now. There's nothing that we can say it won't change what we have believed could not change in the past. So these three things, reliability, stability, security, and flexibility, are also the DNA of our product and approach. Mm-hmm. So when you go into a customer by today, they have a grown infrastructure, right? And they have a grown IT landscape. So there's not a single, we are public cloud only, we are private cloud only. Most of our customers have a landscape that consists of old legacy, like mainframe, classic dedicated servers. They have started maybe to invest into public cloud and explore the potentials and opportunities you can find in public cloud. And they also have a private cloud in it to make sure that the security and reliability needs are met for their most critical systems. So managing this heterogeneous landscape that our customer have with our hybrid cloud approach, this is our answer to the market, right? Mm-hmm. So being able, as you can see in that slide, being able on the left side to deal with that classic legacy part that is still there and will be there for some more years, moving to the right part of that bridge, which is public cloud, which is digitization, which is digital journey, and building that bridge in the middle. This is where we see our offering of hybrid cloud managed services fits into perfectly well with the core DNA beliefs I've just told you before.
Tom, what are the key business challenges that clients are experiencing around the current infrastructure strategy?
I think we have to differentiate between the situation right now and general needs. So the situation right now is, as I said, reliability, security, but on the other hand, it's budgets. Budgets are currently a scarce resource. It's always scarce, but it's even more scarce right now. And as Jürgen said, there will be budget reallocations. What we can offer as T-Systems is we can help you to free budgets. For example, by taking over your assets. For example, by freeing up research and development budgets, by shifting from CAPEX to OPEX models. So this is where we can help you with these kind of business challenges. I think this is on the short term, the most crucial and most important topic we can talk about, the most crucial challenge our customers see. In the medium term, I see more, again, an adjustment of strategies. As I said before, things are accelerating tremendously. They are faster than they've ever been, and it will become even more faster. So this digitization journeys, this how does my company look like in the future, the impact and the experience we have made in this crisis will lead to a different way of how companies are tackling their core business. And the question will be, how can IT be supportive for your core business? How can IT add value to that core business? As I said, once on the business, on the money side, on the budget side, but second also on developing new applications, on developing new markets, on developing new strategies, and opening up potentials and possibilities that have not been there before. So this is where I say our hybrid cloud approach, again, fits perfectly well into, because we can serve with stability in the existing current mode of operation while offering a wide range of potentials and opportunities that we can support you as your trusted partner on this journey in the medium term.
So, as I understand it, of course, you already said cost pressure is always a key concern for many organizations in this current climate. Can you give me like a good example to show this?
Certainly. Having a look at our future cloud infrastructure, which is a private cloud with all its positive features that feels like a public cloud on the other hand, saying the way you consume it regarding flexibility. And this is something where you can have a very easy first step into. So this platform is ready. This platform can be provided to any customer, to any new customer. And it's as I said, it's very easy to consume. It's very flexible. It's hours, not days or weeks, while giving you the same amount of security, reliability that you would expect from a classical private cloud environment. And the good thing is for today, I can tell you, I give you a promise. If you're going to sign a contract with us on FCI until the end of May, you get my guarantee, you get my word, we will reduce your spend, your annual IT spend you had on infrastructure as a service by 20%. Promise, my word on it.
Okay, sounds really interesting. I hope you won't get too much work till end of May if the client's
would
potential.
love to have as much work as possible.
Okay, but is there also a way that people can experience this future cloud infrastructure solution without face-to-face workshop?
Absolutely. We're currently, without putting now names into the game, we're currently doing this with a lot of customers or potential customers. And I love it because I have deep concerns, to be honest, if this works out to have something like workshops or in the new agile way, how these things are happening. Can we have virtual co-creation workshops? And yes, we can. We have co-creation workshops and virtual sessions over many countries with many people in there from various departments, from customers, and it's really fun to see. So this is something from my personal experience that I will never ever forget as long as I live, that virtual collaboration and co-creation can happen, and it's happening right now.
We are writing history in this case.
We are.
Okay, but some clients have legacy requirement for mainframe services. How can T-Systems offer these while bringing cost savings to the operations?
The first message maybe is we don't want mainframe to go away. And we don't want legacy to go away. This will be part of the market for many more years. Even if you look at the most optimistic analysts in the market, you will see that they say even in 5 years down the road from now, they expect the majority of systems to be what we call legacy. Mainframe is one part of legacy. And still a lot of core businesses are on mainframe, and they will be on mainframe for a couple of more years for sure. So the first message, as I said, mainframe will not go away. It's a core product. It's a core offering we have as T-Systems, and we can help you in 3 ways with this offering. So the first thing I offer to you is we can take over your hardware assets, and we can give you day one savings on your mainframe business. If you want to continue on this mainframe business, but you need savings, come to us. The second thing is, nevertheless, people and a lot of companies we see are currently thinking about exit strategies to get out of that mainframe market. Maybe not on the short term, maybe not on the midterm, but certainly is something in the range of about 5 years. For these companies, we have 2 offerings in place. One of this to go more into a kind of open systems way, which is like, for example, set Linux. And last but not least, on a third level, we are going to offer to you consultancy services, but also application modernization services that help you to bring your old mainframe applications into a new world, which will then be cloud, either private or public. So these 3-layer approach, take over the assets, run it cheaper. The second thing is move into more open systems. And last but not least, helps you to bring your legacy applications into the cloud business.
Thank you, Tom, very much for your overview. So I go back to Jörn now. We see lots of companies focus on business continuity plans. Are you receiving these requests right now?
Absolutely. That's probably the number one request where people want to cope with the situation and want to make sure that the business continuity is there. And to give you a few examples, we have a very thorough business continuity plan in place, and we have shown in the recent weeks and in those critical times that we've had been able to deliver. Although all the surrounding circumstances, everything around us is putting more and more pressure on that one. And I think this is a learning for many of our clients to go through such things in a similar way, end to end, to having the capacity to react fast, to having the business continuity measures in place on the people side to overcome challenges if people need to go to home office, for example, fast, if there's restrictions in terms to physical access. And I believe that we will see more investment into those areas, because going into something that is more home office, for example, or being more digital process will be the norm in the future. I think this is something that will continue. So absolutely huge request on that side.
I think so too. But do you have maybe some actual examples where you have already brought this value to existing customers?
Without highlighting customer names, but we did have a request to increase capacity significantly, both on the infrastructure, on the telco side, in digital collaboration tools, but also in making sure that the continuity in the service is given. So we have had ad hoc audits looking into that. We did have clients who wanted to have certificates, being able to show to agencies and others that services are secure. And we have been able to provide all of these things super fast. And I think that was a good indirect contribution, but we've also had a lot of direct contribution to overcome that situation by providing critical infrastructure to help agencies, to help the public sector, to help health clients to navigate through these critical times.
Where do you see the focus for your clients over the short and medium term?
I think, as I said in the beginning, there will be a focus on reassessing budgets and where to go to. And this is what we take into account for our offerings, because we put focus on making sure that we can deliver value by having offerings that can scale up, adjust to different needs. That we do have offerings that are hybrid cloud enabled by default, and that goes even to very bespoke infrastructure solutions, so that you can use the same way of managing these things, and to provide offerings that are hyper flexible on the commercial side, so not having minimum commitments, for example, and freeing up capex cash to allow the clients to invest. And I think that's something that will last midterm and will be more important in the next 6 to 12 months to come, when we see the full impact of that situation and how it evolves.
Okay, thank you very much, you both, Tom and Jörn, for the insights in how you are supporting customers in this special situation. Where can I find more information to your topics?
Well, you can certainly go to our T-Systems website. And if you want to contact us directly on hybrid cloud, feel free to send us an email to hybrid-cloud@tsystems.com.
Cool. So thank you very much for this talk and wish you a nice day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Same to you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.